All right, everyone. Welcome to another video. My name is TavonaStarO, and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things law of assumption and manifestation with the intention of shifting your mind in a direction that allows you to experience what you want to experience in your day-to-day life. So if it is your first time, welcome. If you are returning, thank you for coming and welcome back. Hey, so I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing well today. Today was a bit interesting, but it's okay because all things, everything works out for me. And depending on what type of day you had too, just know that all things work for you as well, you know. So on this episode, I want to talk about affirmations. Okay. Affirmations. If you are a master at manifesting, you already know what affirmations are. If you are a newbie, if you're new to the community of law of assumption, affirmations is one of those words that you're going to hear a lot. You're going to hear that quite often. I'm also thinking about doing another video. This is just a little sidebar. I'm thinking about doing a video on law of assumption vocabulary. I think that'll be helpful. And I'll probably do that and put that video out before I do this one. But I want to talk about affirmations, what they are, and how to use them to manifest. Okay, so let's get into it. So, affirmations. So, if you've been, in the law of assumption community for a little bit and you've seen different law of assumption videos on YouTube, you've seen different law of assumption coaches on TikTok. Um, or on Instagram. Um, a lot of people, you may hear someone speak about affirmations as though it is a technique like scripting or visualization or state akin to sleep um, or meditation. But affirmations are not a technique. Affirmations are statements that imply that you have what it is that you want. Okay, affirmations are also right. Affirmations are really your thoughts. That's what I want to say. Affirmations are those thoughts that you think. Okay, affirmations are really those beliefs that you meditate on, that you continue to affirm, right? And to affirm something is to just, I don't know, just to continue to like repeat it, right? That's what makes something an affirmation. You are affirming something the more you repeat it. So if you go about, your day and you're saying something like, uh, I hate, I hate this, right? Let's say you at work or whatever. And you're like, oh, I can't stand so and so. Maybe you got a coworker you can't stand, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, she's so irritating. She is so irritating. She is really, really like I can't stand her. She's so irritating. Like the more you repeat those thoughts, the more you repeat that belief about the person. That's an affirmation. If you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I hate my skin. Ugh, like why do I have to have acne? Like I hate that I have acne. Oh my God. That's an affirmation. If you're like, oh, I can't stand where I live. Like this neighborhood is just so ghetto. It's so noisy, it's so violent, it's so whatever, right? Um, those are affirmations. If you are like, I don't know, um, white people are this or black people are this. If you are like Christian people are this, church people make me sick, church people are blah blah blah. Da, da, da. Like those thoughts, the more that you repeat them, they are affirmations. And so what most people don't realize because we are going through life on autopilot is that you are always affirming something. 90% of people are affirming what it is that they don't want to experience or what they don't want to see, what they don't want to do, what they don't want to believe. Like we are continuing to affirm the negative circumstances that we see in our day-to-day life. And so you're affirming anyway. So while affirmations may sound like something new, it's really not because you're already doing it. what you're learning in the law of assumption is just your awareness, right? What we're doing, right? When you come into the law of assumption, what's happening is you're just becoming more aware of these thoughts and these beliefs, and your wait, first of all, let me figure out what it is that I want to say. You are becoming more aware of your affirming throughout the day, right? Day to day. But you are always affirming. I'm not gonna edit anything in this audio. I'm shooting straight from the hip. So bloopers included. Um so this is raw, it's one take, and that's that. Um so you're always affirming. But how do you turn those affirmations into what it is that you want to manifest? Which is, like I said before, people don't realize they're always manifesting. We're just manifesting more of what it is that we don't want, what we don't want to experience, circumstances that we're not really happy living with. So you're already doing both. You're already manifesting and you're already affirming. You're actually manifesting what it is that you are affirming. So, how do you make affirmations work for you? You decide what it is that you want, and you come up with a sentence, a statement, a question. You come up with a sentiment, a paragraph, a few sentences that imply that you have what it is that you want, that you are doing what it is that you want to be doing, that you are experiencing what it is that you want to experience or not. Okay. The reason why I say or not, the more you dig into the law of assumption, there will be people that, say that your affirmation should never include like never or I do not. But honestly, I have manifested some things by saying I do not, right? For example, I think I mentioned this before when I decided that I did not want to have cramps. I started saying I never have cramps. I don't have cramps. I don't, which is I do not have cramps, right? Um I when I first moved into my apartment, when I first moved as a new person into a clean, empty apartment, I realized that we had little critters. And so I decided, you know what? I do not have this. I do not experience pests in my apartment. I do not experience mice. I do not experience bugs. I never have bugs in my apartment. I never have bugs. I never have bugs. I never have bugs. So you can say never. You can say I do not, you can say I never have, there are no rules because you are the operant power. You are the God of your reality. You're the God of your life. So you get to make up the rules as far as your affirmations are concerned. But whatever is going to be your most natural thought, or whatever way you would say something naturally, right, is pretty much going to be like your affirmation about something or for something. So, like I said, you're always affirming. You're just affirming more of what it is that you don't want. So, in order to affirm what it is to manifest what it is that you want, my number one technique, well, it's not a technique, but my number one, the most natural thing for me to do when I'm manifesting is to affirm, 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 affirm. Now, this is just a prereq, right? This is just affirmations 101. But the more you get into affirmations, you're gonna come across other like I guess other types of affirming, like focused affirming or robotic affirming or mindless affirming, which is pretty much like robotic affirming. But for now, all you need to know is that affirmations are just your thoughts. They are just beliefs, that you continue to think over and over again. And so, like I said, the way to make affirmations, work in your favor, or the way to manifest what it is that you want to experience through your thoughts, right, is by thinking thoughts that imply that what you want to manifest is already true now. Okay. So, for example, hmm, when I decided that I did not want to have, I was working my job, and I had to go into different like health care facilities to retrieve records from them, right, for my job. So at the time I was living in New York and it was winter. And I decided, you know what, I don't want to be working, when the snow comes, because I'm a short girl, okay? I'm like 5'4". Perfect size, all right? Perfect toy, fun size. I always call myself fun size. I am the perfect height. Um, and so I'm like, I'm small, so when it snows in New York, like I'm gonna be swimming in snow. So I was like, you know what? I want to work from home. I want to work remote. And I want to work remote before the winter comes. And so I just started saying, I'm working remote before the winter. I am working remote before the winter. I'm working remote before the winter. When I would get up in the morning, I would say, thank you. I'm working remote in the winter. Before bed, I would say, thank you that I'm working remote before the winter. And I end up getting my job right before like Christmas. I think by Thanksgiving, I was working remote. I had a laptop. I was traveling. I was working remote with my job. And it really didn't even snow. New York hardly got any snow that year. Like Buffalo got it really bad. Upstate New York got it bad, but New York City did not get any snow, and it was like the perfect thing. So that's basically it. Like decide what it is that you want, and just say, I am, I have, I am doing, I am going to have. Um, you can say, I do not have, if it's something that you don't want to experience. You can say, I am not, I am not sick. I am healed. I'm getting better every day. I have clear skin. I do not have acne. I do not have bumps on my face. Like I said, when I had bugs and things, I was just like, I don't have bugs in my apartment. I don't live like this. I do not live this way. I never have bugs. I've never lived anywhere where I've had bugs or anything like that. Like this is beneath me. I do not deal with this. I don't have this problem. And I don't have it. I don't have this problem today. With my job, I decided that I didn't want to do anything at work, but I still wanted to get paid. And so I started saying, I don't do anything at work. I never do anything at work. I promise you, to this day, when people call me, they're like, what you doing? Oh, I'm at work. I just took a nap. You're like, I'm literally not doing anything. You know, they can be whatever you want them to be. But if you're going to make affirmations, I would say, do this. I'm going to give you the sauce. Pick a desire, pick what it is that you want to experience, and come up with at least two sentences that imply the thing that you desire is easy to manifest, and that you have your whatever it is that you want to experience now. Okay. However, whatever, if you were talking to a friend and you had what it is that you want to experience, like that's your affirmation right there. And what you're going to do with the affirmation is you're going to repeat it. Okay. You can repeat it as many times as it comes to as many times as it comes to your mind. You can repeat it 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes before you go to bed at night. You can repeat the affirmation in your head all day, as much as you think about it. You can repeat it out loud. Like I said, I come from a church background. And so, in church, if you weren't praying for an hour, you really weren't even a Christian. Like, what were you doing? So I was trained to pray for at least an hour. And so um I had and praying for an hour, I would just walk around my house. I'll put on some music and I would walk around my house and I would just pray. 30 minutes of that prayer time was only in tongues. And you're a human being. We don't know what tongues are. We don't understand tongues. But 30 minutes of that was mostly tongues. And then maybe even longer. So I've grown accustomed to just walking around and affirming. So I affirm out loud. I like to affirm out loud. It had became like a challenge for me to kind of get myself to train to affirm my thoughts within my head, with just inside my head. But I've grown accustomed to affirming out loud. Like that's just been my thing. That's been my way. So I stick to that. Whatever you do, just make sure when it comes to affirmations, you do what's more like comfortable, more most natural to you. And you just repeat, okay? And you just repeat that affirmation until you see what it is that you want to experience, until you have what you want to have, until you are doing what it is that you want to be doing. You just keep repeating it no matter what you see on the outside. If you are affirming that you have clear skin and you look in the mirror and you don't see clear skin, just be like, you know what? I got clear skin anyway, just affirm anyway. If you are affirming to lose weight and you stepped on the scale and it don't look like nothing happened, just keep affirming. If you are affirming for a relationship, I've done that as well. I'm manifesting NSP. If you are affirming for a specific relationship with a specific person and it don't look like nothing's happening, just keep affirming. Keep affirming. They love me. They want to be with me. They're calling me. Yeah, they call me. They call me all day. We talk all the time. Like, just keep affirming. Whatever it is, keep affirming. And just keep affirming. I have money. I always have money. I can buy whatever I want when I want to buy it. Like, I'm not sick. I'm healed. I feel better every day. I'm getting younger every day. Just affirm. Keep affirming. Like, you're going to feel good, but the point, I'm not going to say the point is not to feel good. Like, that's a byproduct, but what's happening is you are replacing those old beliefs with your new assumption, with your new belief by affirming. Okay. So again, it sounds like a technique, but it's not a technique at all. It's just something that you're naturally doing. And so just keep affirming. Keep affirming what it is that you want to experience because you are doing it. You're just reaffirming your circumstances. You are reaffirming what's in front of you. What's in front of you is what we call the 3D. You are reaffirming what you see in this physical world. But if you want to experience something different, you got to affirm something different. Okay. If you've been affirming that it's hard to find a job, you need to stop. You need to start affirming, you know what? I always get the best jobs on the market. People love hiring me. Like, you need to start to say something different because you want to see and experience something different. Okay. So I gave you a homework assignment the last time we talked. But yeah, I would just say think about what I said, replay it as many times as you need to, and do what I said and start affirming what it is that you want to experience versus the experiences that you don't want to experience. Okay, so I hope this helped, and you'll hear from me again soon.